slide the larger one over it. But what you're going to have each of you do is you're going to test what happens in weight bearing. So you're going to stand on the block and then slowly, eccentrically lower yourself down, okay, from a small block. And what you're going to do is look at the body postures. Look at how the whole chain is working. So you're going to do that and have them step down from the side, and then also to test the function and the eccentric control of the quads and the glutes. You're going to have them step forward. All right, nice and slow. So it's not ka-thunk and ka-thunk with that. And then have them simply to do the other side. You would just have them switch. And so we're going to do straight down to the side and straight over, looking for any postural changes and adjustments on the lower step, and then go up. Sometimes it takes a little higher step for things to manifest themselves. So things you want to watch for is, one of the things we're looking for is dynamic valgus. Remember when I was talking about the knee happens to be in the middle of a kinetic chain, and it's often injured, but it's usually injured as part of the whole kinetic chain. It kind of falls victim to what's happening above and below it. So if I'm going over, if I'm getting a lot of dynamic valgus, and you can see that here, where's it coming from? If I'm doing this as I'm going down, I'm going into reverse Trendelenburg. See what that does to my knee? It pushes it in, so that's from above. If it looks like I'm pretty good here and I go into a lot of dynamic valgus, I can't do it because I can't roll my foot. But if I'm a real pronator, it's going to be coming from below. So I would know, the problem is occurring at the knee, but the knee is falling victim to something we need to address above or below it. So that's how we function. So if we work the knee in isolation, we might improve its range of motion, we might improve its strength, and you still have a problem in function because you haven't addressed what's going on above and below. So you'll be able to do that, one side, then the other side. So I've got a couple of stations here so that you can also see what's going on from front and back. There's mirrors here. So kind of split up and just kind of do those two things with each other, both right side and left side. So you're going to do a lateral step down and a forward step down, and look and see, do we keep the trunk in good position? A lot of times when you have a very weak quad and poor eccentric control, you tend to sit back on your glutes to go down and control yourself down. So kind of look for how we're doing. You might even see here that Trendelenburg, that kind of dropping as we go over. So there's some postural things we may pick up. When we see a compensation going here, we have to kind of look at what's going on posturally with that. That gives us some clues of where the weakness is, because it's not always at the knee, it's maybe above or below the knee that's contributing.